Explain the cross counter. Set it up, so to speak. So, we're going to be talking about Polnareff.
Polnareff from JoJo's season part 3.
Part 3.
Polnareff 名乗らせていただこうジャンピエール・ポルナレフ
We're going to start focusing on characters we enjoy for who they are, and we're going to talk about their design and how they're built and why them being built that way makes them awesome. So, with Polnareff, he is the most emotional of the group.
Yeah, he is the passion.
He's the passion, yeah. If he is a good counter to Jotaro because Jotaro is the opposite of him. Jotaro is very, very lacking in emotion.
Yeah, him being serious and stone-faced is Jotaro's thing. And when that's your main character, you need a passion character.
He's the passion character. He's funny. He's also the sex appeal. And he's also very useful. That's the other thing.
Yeah, he's a powerful stand user. I mean, he isn't just side story. He's not subplot just bait.
He does get this gang into some pretty hairy situations, and you're like, Polnareff. But he also can hold his own. He gets cornered alone a lot because he's the most vulnerable of the group.
Yeah.
He is technically the least aware. So if someone's going to get a jump on somebody, it's going to be Polnareff. And because his head is in a different spot.
And he wants to avenge his sister's death.
Right.
Which, again, it puts in a tragic sense. I mean, the Joestars are such a, bloodline, oriented group. To see, one guy out for, no, my sister died. Also, the Joestars, mission also does just appeal to his sense of, good and decency and,
intensity, really.
Intensity, yeah.
Yeah, because they're rectifying wrongs set in course by generations.
Yeah, and when he's forgiven by Avdol, he cries. Where Jotaro is stone-faced,
yes.
Polnareff will cry. Polnareff is affected by emotion.
Mm-hmm. He has so much vulnerability, and I think that's obvious in his character design. Here we go. So, when you're thinking about this character, when you see him initially, there's so much. So many of the shots in the whole series are honestly not... in any series are a lot of chest-up stuff, and all of Polnareff's design is chest-up. He's got he's got fencing pants on, and he's got combat boots, but what we're really concerned about is the chest pouring out of him. Every other character in the series, in the group, has, I think everybody has a collar, right? Except Avdol. Avdol doesn't have a collar, but Kakyoin,
he's got the
beads.
The beads.
Yeah, they've all got something blocking their neck and chest. Jotaro has the big collar and the chain. Kakyoin also has the school uniform on, and Joseph has a what do you call it?
A closed collar.
A closed collar,
time,
exactly. Yeah. So they're all very secure,
He also has a hat which squares that whole top portion of his design.
A lot of their designs are they're not vulnerable. They're not vulnerable designs. Yeah. Polnareff's design is very vulnerable. His hair is up, Kakyoin's is stylized, but Polnareff's is nope, it's out. We're rocking and rolling. And his hair is interesting as you can tell. It starts off as something very interesting and then evolves into something else in the initial manga. But it's at the end of the day a very, very big flat top, very loud. He's also got broken hearts on his ears, indicating, of course, his passion, but yet his tragedy as well. He's, sometimes someone would look at him as just a comic relief character, but he's not. There's more to him. He's got the gauntlets on, which is normally just a sign that somebody's, intense, and he is, because he trains. With his hand, he's got the stand, Silver Chariot, and he's a sword fighter. But yeah, let's be honest, 100% of the design of this character is about the shirt. He's got a black tank top on as tight as humanly possible. So tight, in fact, that you can get away with drawing abs on the front of it. So that is, we're talking Under Armour level sort of shit. And honestly, from a clothing standpoint, if your abs are actually showing through your shirt, that means that not only is your shirt tight, but your abs are so large that they're pressing outward. He has a built core, is what we're saying. Other characters...
He's got core strength.
Yes, this man is grounded, and he has this chest that we looked it up. He's technically not heavier and not taller than Jotaro, but he looks like he's both of those things.
But he is drawn bigger and heavier than Jotaro.
So many times in his posing design, his elbow will be high, indicating a large sword flourish or something like that. But you'll see his lat, you'll see his chest, you'll see his arm. Very physical, very large person, and a lot of energy in his design. I got a chance to draw him, and it's a blast because he's got JoJo characters' faces have such depth to them because Akai always drew like the side cheekbones. He always pushed the ears back. He always made the brow really strong. And when you have a character like Polnareff, he has so much passion and drama and energy. You can get this you have fun drawing his expressions. Like, let's say, if you're drawing Jotaro, you're gonna draw him pissed off as fuck with his eyebrows down, just, like, buried inside of his nose. But with Polnareff, you can do lots of things, like add a little bit of, like, a sneer, a laugh. He has a full range, and the series shows that. He's got so many expressive expressions, very expressive face, and, it's really, like, I keep trying to get away from it, but they keep drawing back in. It's the chest. It's his chest. He does not have pecs. He has tits. Like, they're just pouring out of his fucking shirt. I also felt really comfortable, say, putting him in a very feminine and sexy pose. Because, those are the poses he takes on. And I don't know if it's because he just drew so many crop tops and so many sleeveless things in Battle Tendency, but he doesn't do that as much, with the main characters at least, in in part 3 in Stardust Crusaders, so it's all on Polnareff. All on Polnareff. Like, he has all of the sex appeal, all of the angles, all of the elbows, all of the muscles, and
Polnareff and then Dio.
And then Dio, man. Of course, Dio's final form is like, let's go back to part 2. Let's rock and roll. You know what you're here for. Yeah, so a very interesting character, very fun character, and ultimately important. Yeah, so now we're going to talk about how his design and his character, because of his design, grants opportunities in
I mean, so you start at just the beginning. I mean, anytime the characters run into somebody who's going to be a stand user, you can fucking tell because they're designed like a goddamn stand user. So when they were sitting in the restaurant and, like, Polnareff makes some kind of and of course, like, I mean, it's all in Polnareff's character. I mean, like you said, he's bursting at his top, he's got, like, huge arms, and he's, like, super resplendent, super tall, like, drawing attention to himself. He says something, and the whole group is just like, huh? Like, who is this guy? And then, like, the Frenchman, like, he is a flower. Like, I mean, he is all about drawing attention to himself. So when he makes some kind of, like, French thing about the food, and, like, this is good, and then, slowly the group is like, alright, this is a fucking stand user. Like, we can tell, too, at this point, like...
Oh, yeah.
But, but, like, he's a gentleman. And that's kind of the interesting thing, but, like, Polnareff does consider himself, like, he has this, like, self-respect, gentlemanliness to him. So, like, I mean, like, Kakyoin joins the team, too, but Kakyoin just fucking fights them anyway. Like,
yeah.
I mean, he's got the bud, like, he's corrupted, but, like, Polnareff literally takes them out of the restaurant up to, like, a, like, secluded place, and then is like, I'll fight you one-on-one, that's fine. He wants to fight Jotaro first. He's like, no, I'll just fight Jotaro, it's fine. Yeah. And Avdol's like, no, I haven't had a turn yet, like, I'm gonna go for it.
Tag in there. And yeah, that's with the flesh bud, too.
Yeah.
So his personality pours through.
Yeah. And so he's just like, and he's like, let's fight. And the thing is, so you see this character, he's only wearing a tank top, he's, like, got the least clothing of anybody you've seen so far. And, of course, the first thing is, his stand is armored, and he makes that point. He's like, no, you can burn my stand all you want, I don't get affected, because that's one of my stand's special ability is, I'm not hurt when he gets, like, hurt. They just trash that literally the next time Polnareff shows up. He gets just hurt through the armor. Like, it's because it's not interesting anymore. Like, it would not be interesting if Polnareff, like, was just invulnerable because his stand was invulnerable. It wouldn't be fun, which is fair. But it's a plot hole, and, like, that's fair, too. Avdol throws in there, but he's crying, and he's just like, no, I'm gonna kill myself. And when, like, they spare him, he's just like, I have been given new opportunity. And, like, he gets it. He is moved by the squad. Like, the squad moves his heart.
Inspires him.
And he's like, no, like, I want to help you. This is my, like, tragic backstory. Can you please help me? And they're like, yeah. Fucking Dio destroys lives. That's what this... I mean, Avdol has no reason to be in the group other than he knows Dio is a force of preternatural evil that must be destroyed.
Yeah, Avdol's scared.
And Polnareff just, like, is the same thing. He's like, no, I will go on this crusade with you guys to fucking do it. And, like, that's... and then, throughout the series, he's bursting with emotion and is, like, outpouring. But, like, immediately they also just, like, fucking, like, fucking Polnareff to, like, screw up in the group. Because in his, like, first little encounter, I mean, it is just, like, he is by himself, and they sit in a hotel and are like, yeah, we heard Polnareff got attacked, I hope he gets here soon. While he's just dealing. But that's the thing, Polnareff does pull through. Like, as much as they set him up as kind of a bumble, he's able to use, like, reflections off of glass to, like, save his own life.
He's thinking.
And he does just take damage. Like you said, like, they don't design his legs, he's just wearing gray pants and cargo boots. But throughout the entire series, all they do is damage his legs, though, hilariously.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's got all these, like, pecs and arms out to fucking get hurt. But, like, no, it's always just, like, the gray matter that is his legs just gets fucking bloodied. Like,
Dice.
His foot gets cut off.
Oh, yeah. So much slicing. Yeah, he adds so much motion to the dynamic of the whole group. Because there's so many scenes where I'm thinking about it, and it's just the squad sitting down, but if I'm thinking about a scene with Polnareff, he's standing up.
Yeah, he's always standing.
Oh yeah.
Well, and the thing is with Polnareff too, like he's the instigator. Like he's the one out like doing something. Yeah. Whoever's gonna spring the trap, it's gonna be Polnareff.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
And that's good because like throughout the like arc, he grows with the group. Like the group is clearly teaching him. He's teaching the group a little bit, but like the most of the group is like they're very muted, inactive, low energy characters. So to have, like, a high-energy, low-focus character like Polnareff running around, it foils literally the three other characters almost.
Yes.
I mean, Joseph, like, likes to dick around, but, like...
Only in private, really.
Yeah, honestly.
Like...
I mean, you gotta love the Avdol, like, the Avdol-Joseph, like, get stuck together gag. But, like, for the most part, like, unless it's, like, in private and just for the sake of laughs, like, they're high-focus, low-energy characters. Yeah. But that means so much, you know, like... Because Polnareff is very, like, you know, wears his emotions on his sleeve. So he's mad at, like, a teammate, too. Like, Iggy pisses him off.
Oh, yeah.
He's mad the whole time, so he's just yelling about it. But that's what gives it such a good payoff when, like, in the final fight against Vanilla Ice, Polnareff has to grow. He has to, like, transcend not just his revenge plot, but, like, his own, like, he's like, no, I've been talking the talk about being, like, a gentleman and, like, fighting this evil. Like, I have to, like, pull through. And he does. It's cool.
He does. It's awesome.
His, like, I mean, like, and he survives in a way that Avdol and Iggy both can't. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, because he is a synthesis of the two things those characters couldn't become. Mm-hmm. And then when he goes to, he's the first character to challenge Dio in the series. And, you know, he talks about it before. He's like, yeah, I was frozen with fear the first time I encountered Dio. That's why I, like, worked for Dio. And then the second time, he's like, he's steeled all of his resolve to do it. And then Dio fucks with him.
Yes.
Like, Dio could have killed him with his stand in the time it took him to move him down the stairs 3 steps. Yeah. But he wanted to fuck with Polnareff's mind. So in turn that Polnareff would fuck with the minds of everybody else.
Yes.
And, like kind of lead them astray.
I really am disappointed, honestly, that there was never a moment where we got to see Dio, because he moves people sometimes.
Yeah.
I really want to see the time step of Dio walking up to somebody, moving them back, and then sitting back down, because it gives him this air of power when you don't see him do that.
It's that like ridiculous, like you don't like realize it until like it's just like, why would the like what a drama queen. What a fucking drama queen.
It's like the Darth Vader thing, yeah.
Yeah, I like the Darth Vader thing.
No, it's he's a very interesting character, and like he's the lifeblood of the group.
Yeah.
Without him, it would have been fucking really boring. Like the most drama-filled moment before Polnareff is when they all turn to the side when they're going to Egypt.
Yeah.
But even that,
let's hit the road.
In that synchronization, it almost displayed, oh my god, these are all the same character.
Yeah.
Because they're all basically the same height. They're all, you look at them and you're like, oh my god, they're all wearing the same kind of thing. They're all doing the same kind of thing. They're all focused on the same mission. They all came into the plot at the same time. And then Paul comes in afterwards and fucking moves them around. But that is essential for the group to make it to Egypt.
And it's interesting because, like, you know, his stand is like another reflection of who Polnareff's character is, too. Yeah. His stand is slight. It's fast. But more than anything, like, he uses a sword, but not like a slashing sword. It's a rapier.
Yeah.
His stand is incredibly focused.
Yes.
And that, like, is really indicative of, like, when Polnareff pulls his stand out, he has taken all of that, like, you know, like, everywhere energy that he's always putting out and focused it.
Oh, yeah.
And it makes the character, like, he has 2 modes. And when he is focused, it means something different for the character. And that's really interesting. In the same way, like, Jotaro has a really good stand design in that same way, too, of Jotaro is very subdued, and then as his stand comes out, it's fucking flailing around and screaming. Like, But Polnareff is kind of like, in the way Polnareff is the opposite of Jotaro's like regular person, his stand is also the opposite of Jotaro's stand.
He is what makes the group dynamic work. He is what makes everything happen. And I think that's honestly why he survives at the end. Like, that's...
Yeah. I mean...
Because he's this...
Well, there's more for that character to do, too. We've seen a character that can grow such... I mean, Kakyoin only had so much he could do, like, as a character, because he wasn't set up in a certain way. And, like, I don't mean, like, I don't think Araki sat down and was like, Kakyoin's not going to be an important character. But, I mean, Araki writes very much on the fly, and he ended up with a character at the end with Polnareff that needed to survive.
Exactly. And Polnareff just had this sort of flexibility where it would make more sense for him to be occasionally effective in different scenarios, whereas Kakyoin makes sense for him to be very important for very... Like, no, but fuck it, Joseph wasn't going to figure out Dio's stand. Let's be real.
Yeah, Joseph would have shot him into space before that ever happened. Like...
Joseph is a tactical genius, but has no real power, which is interesting. Yeah. But that's a different video. But anyway, I hope you do like this.
Yeah, let us know what you guys think about Polnareff and this new kind of video format.
And let's check it out.